Good morning! Welcome to Queen of the Classroom. I am your lovely host, the Education Queen. And today, it's gonna be a feel-good day, okay? Because today is a great day to have a great day, and today is a great day to make it a great day, so that's what we're gonna do. And I feel so good. So I was reading this book, and basically Glennon Doyle is my spirit animal. I just eat up anything that she writes. And I always feel so good. I feel like she's personally speaking to me every time that she writes something. And I know that that's not true, but it feels like it. And that type of writing is what I'm drawn to. Something that just makes me feel like I'm having a conversation with somebody. So I came across something that I wanted to talk to you about today. And it's this concept of bravery. And that it's not a one size fit all. So here's what she writes. We're gonna talk about it. I do not want my children to become people who abandon themselves to please the crowd. Brave does not mean feeling afraid and doing it anyway. Brave means living from the inside out. Brave means in every uncertain moment turning inward, feeling for the knowing and speaking it out loud. Whether you are brave or not cannot be judged by people on the outside. Sometimes being brave requires letting the crowd think you're a coward. Sometimes being brave means letting everyone down but yourself. I want to point out a couple things. The first thing that she says here is, I do not want my children to become people who abandon themselves to please the crowd. Let me tell you, up until a couple years ago, I was so proud that I was self-titled people pleaser. I was like, oh, I'm a people pleaser. Like, whatever you need, I'll get it for you. And I thought that was a great way to live. I mean, I'm making other people happy. But what I've discovered over the years through some therapy and through some self-love and some journaling and reading is that when you have to abandon yourself in order to make someone else happy, that's not people pleasing. People pleasing is when you feel like it's necessary and it's an obligation. And I was, it was not good once I started looking at it. And what I'm now discovering is that it's totally fine to please other people, totally fine. But I have to be grounded in myself first. So people pleasing, in my eyes, is not something to achieve, to admire, to look up to. Pleasing yourself, making sure that you are grounded in who you are first, allows you to please other people. That's the way it should go, not the other way around. Not the other way around. So let's talk about something else that popped out at me. Here's the second thing. Being brave does not mean feeling afraid and doing it anyway. Whether you are brave or not cannot be judged by people on the outside. Sometimes being brave requires letting the crowd think you're a coward. Sometimes being brave means letting everyone down but yourself. So a couple of things here. Mackenzie soccer team. Some real aggressive girls there, real aggressive. And sometimes they take a hard hit. So the natural reaction of us parents on the sidelines is, oh, you're okay, pop up. You got this, yep, you got this, stand up, you're good. And I asked Mackenzie randomly one day, and I'm not sure why it even came to my head to ask this. And I said, is that okay? Like, what should parents say? Like, is that okay? And she's like, it's the worst thing you can say. I said, what? And she said, yeah, how do you know if I'm okay? How do you get to decide if I'm okay? Only I get to decide if I'm okay. What if I'm really hurt? And you're like, you're fine, stand up. Like, you can't tell me I'm fine. I know if I'm fine. It's like, whoa, she's dropping some knowledge on me here. So I said, what do you say then when you walk up to your teammate who just got tackled? Then what do you say? She said, we ask it in a question. You okay? Blew my mind. What if, instead of us trying to decide what someone else's bravery should look like, what if we just allow them to tell us what the bravery looks like to them? Shocker. because my definition of bravery is going to be different than somebody else. And it'll change let me say English things. It'll change situationally too. So let someone else decide what bravery looks to them. That's how it should be. Now, lastly, how do you know? How do you know what your bravery is? How do you know? Here's how you get to decide, or here's how I would suggest you discovering, is that set some boundaries. You need to set boundaries. And know that no is a complete sentence. You can say no. Totally fine. And the only people who have a problem with you setting a boundary is the one who took advantage of you not having the boundary. So set some boundaries. And when you are trying to decide and choose your definition of bravery, or what it looks like to you in a certain situation, whether it's, yeah, I'm okay, I'm gonna pop back up and I'm gonna push through this, that's fine. Or it's, I'm really hurt and I'm just gonna sit here for a second. I don't need to take one for the team. I don't need to push through this pain right now because it hurts really bad. So my bravery is going to be taking care of myself over on the sidelines and nursing my injury. Maybe that's what that is. But how do you discover that? And it's knowing your truth, you know yourself, you know that you are whole and that you don't need to perform for anyone to earn this bravery. You don't need to complete tasks in order to earn bravery. It is your definition and no one can tell you otherwise. They can try, but really that's just their definition of bravery. You need to love yourself and you need to be at peace with yourself. And know that when you make decisions, some people are not going to agree with you, but when you are so grounded in who you are, you know, you can't control how other people are going to react. So, people pleasing, here's the wrap up for today. People pleasing, bad. When it's at the expense of yourself. Bravery, different for everybody. And you get to decide what that looks like. Sometimes it is taking it for the team. Sometimes it is pushing through the pain, pushing through an awkward situation. But sometimes it's putting yourself first and sitting it out. Sometimes that bravery is letting other people think that you're a coward because of it. Sometimes that's what bravery looks like too. But you get to decide. Okay, that's all I have for you for today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you make smart choices. And please be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. Oh, last thing. Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, and I got showered with so much love from students. And I want you guys to know, I keep every card. I keep every email. And I keep it all because they are so special to me. And I actually printed one out right over here. I added it to my wall because it's one of the kindest emails I've ever received from a student. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but it's one of the kindest I've ever received from a student. And that kind of, those feel good moments. You always hope that you're making a difference to somebody, but when they tell you and they take the time to tell you, it just means the world. So thank you guys so much for showering me with teacher appreciation gifts and showering me every day with curiosity and love and engagement. All right, I'm out. Go make the world a better place. Bye.